Yo, what's going on, everybody? Today we're talking about, and you've already seen it, we're talking about the Modern Warfare map design. This is my second time recording this video because I just accidentally deleted everything. So I'm going to be even more pissed off than I already was about the shitty map design in this game. So, with that out of the way, I do want to start this video off by saying there is some good maps, and we're going to get to those later. But I want to start this video off with the bad ones, because I thought, let's end this video off on a positive note. That Infinity Ward did something right with 2 maps, and they did something okay with 1 map. Okay, so with that being said, Infinity Ward, if for some reason you happen to see this, Joe Secca, you might want to hide in your safe place. Or your safe space, or whatever you want to call it, because you're not going to like this video. You've already seen by the title of your map design's terrible, and if you want to click on this thinking I'm being sarcastic for some reason, because Secca, you're not that smart. You really aren't. Yeah, go hide in your safe place, because you're not going to want to hear criticism about your game, even though you ask for feedback. I'm giving you feedback. It ain't good, because the game ain't good. The game's been out for 3 months. And you're finally nerfing the M4 and the MP5. And it's not even good nerfs. It's not even good nerfs. It would take Black Ops 4 at most a month to fix broken guns. Because they would say, oh, it's a new DLC gun that everyone's going to complain it's broken, whatever, right? Which is smart. Smart on Treyarch's part, because every time there's a new DLC gun in any game, it's OP immediately. But it took you guys 3 months, okay? It took you 3 months. I'm not holding back anymore. This game's ridiculous. This game's broken. I'm going over everything that is broken in this game. This is the worst Call of Duty since Ghosts. And actually, no, it's the worst Call of Duty of all time. Ghosts was better. Advanced Warfare was better. This is the worst Call of Duty of all time. And it's solely because of doors. And it's solely because of your stupid map design with doors. It's stupid. You are breaking my heart with how bad, just bad these maps are, man. They're so bad. And with that out of the way, let's get into map number 1. I guess more like the map I want to talk about first, Ramallah. Ramallah is one of these maps that is on paper a decent design, but in theory is not good at all. It's really just not good at all. Ramallah, on paper, great map. In the game that it's in, terrible, because everybody's camping. You have this 3-story building on Ramallah that has potential to be a safe place that Joe Secca wanted, I guess, but isn't used because it's completely useless and there's no good lines of sight off of it. Or as fanboys would call this place, they call it a power position. No, it's a safe place, dude. They're not power positions haven't been in COD since I don't know how long, dude. Power positions are completely different from safe places. Power positions are a spot where you can go and you can kill a lot of people, but you can get killed very easily. Right? It doesn't exist on Ramallah. The power position or safe place in that 3-story building, and it had potential, but it overlooks a route that no one wants to run down because you're open, but from so much areas that no one's gonna run in there. And then there's this there's this building in the center, and underneath it is just completely dark, and all you can do is just crouch walk through there. You're lurking around in the dark. And you can just pop somebody with a shotgun. And you don't even show up on the radar. You just pop somebody with a shotgun in that dark corridor. Walk around somewhere else. Pop somebody in a shotgun in this dark room. Because the lighting's terrible. The lighting it sucks on that map. And you can't see anything. It's terrible. And the spawns, don't even think that the spawns are good. Because they ain't. You're spawned a million years away from the action, which I guess is good because you're not getting spawn trapped or spawn killed like you do on Shipment. So I guess spawns are better than some maps, but they ain't good. It ain't good. Like, they don't spawn you that close to the action. They spawn you so far away that you have to run for like 15 seconds. Doesn't seem like a lot, but in Call of Duty it is. 15 seconds just to get to the action, only to be killed by somebody in their safe place or safe space in the map, because there's so many of them, and there's so many weird windows, and so many weird head glitches, and so many weird different levels of height and verticality. It's weird, and I don't like it. That's Ramallah. It's just weird. I don't like it. It's dark in places. It's bright in others. It doesn't contrast well, in my opinion. Make a dark map. Make a bright map. Make a middle map. Don't combine bright and darkness together. It becomes really, really weird. Don't do it. It's a bad map. Alright, Azure Cave is the next map I do want to talk about. Azure Cave is very similar to Ramallah in the fact that you have 1 to 2 lanes of the map that are very bright and very okay, I guess you could say. And then you have the cave, the very thing that the map is named after. Azure Cave, or as I like to call the cave on this map, Camper's Cave. Okay, you have the Camper's Cave, okay? Because everybody in the Camper Cave, they'll sit in weird head glitches, they'll sit in a weird spot where you can't really get an angle on them, except for to peek them directly, and they'll sit there with a marksman rifle or an M4A1 mounted, with 0 recoil, showing barely any of their body, in a dark area, and they're so far away to the point where you cannot see their gamer tag, and they just annihilate you. Okay? And that's every single time you enter that cave. If you do not enter that cave first, if you do not enter the Camper Cave first and get control of Camper Cave, you best bet the enemies have control of Camper Cave, okay? You best bet they're going to have full control over the Camper Cave, okay? And that's the problem. The stupid Camper Cave. I don't like it. It's a bad idea. If it were not as dark, like say the Camper Cave had the top blown out of it and it was brighter in there, and the contrast was better in there, I think Azure Cave would be a good, decent, or a better map at least. It wouldn't be decent, it would be better. It wouldn't be as bad as it is right now if it were a brighter area. And the brighter area isn't even much better either, because there's just a bunch of buildings where people just camp in. And there's some useless buildings in the back where I've seen my teammates camp in, like, one match. They're all just sitting in the map in the back, and it made no sense, but yet they were doing it. Because the map is called Camper's Cave. Sorry, my bad. Safe space. It's not campers. They're safe space. They're playing tactically. They're adapting. I'm sorry, Joe Secott. I triggered you. I'm sorry, okay? And to anybody at Affinity Ward watch this, I'm sorry I triggered you. I didn't use the correct terminology. I forgot. It's not camper. It's safe spacer. Or it's tactical player, okay? I forgot. They're playing tactically, man. My bad, okay? I'm sorry. I triggered you. I said camper way too much there. Okay, my bad. The safe space cave just isn't a very good map, in my opinion. Because the safe space cave has way too many safe spaces and stupid lines of sight that are overpowered and make no sense why they're there. They're not power positions. They're just pointless. They're stupid. Doesn't make any sense, okay? No sense. Azure Cave, solid 2 out of 10 for me. Garbage. Not a good map. Let's get on to the third map I want to talk about. I've already touched on this Vacant before, and I think it was my video called Infinity Ward made another bad update, but I'm not sure how briefly I touched on the map. I may have just touched on it briefly and explained how doors, and they just kind of ruined the map and added spaces that weren't in the map before and opened up a truck for some reason. That makes no sense why it's even there. No one's going to use it. There's no use for it. It's just there. But yeah, Vacant. Vacant wasn't really a good map to begin with. And Vacant was only made worse by this new Infinity Ward team. Okay? Vacant was already bad because you had like 2 lanes where people could sit there and head glitch with guns, and Vacant's kind of like a tic-tac-toe board, sort of, in the building. And everybody is always kind of holding a hallway down, and that always just made Vacant in general a bad map. But it's worse now because there's doors added to some of these lanes, and that makes no sense. And it makes no sense. And they added doors to stuff, which, when you open them, make the loudest noise in the world. Basically, you yell like, "Hey, I'm over here!" to your enemies, and just giving away your entire position. So there's no point in adding doors to Vacant. Vacant was already like a 5 out of 10 mediocre, not really that good map in COD 4 and MWR. And now it's even worse. And it's even worse now. It's not better. It's not worse. Actually, it is worse. It's not better. It's not the same. It's worse. And it's on a worse game, too. It's on a game where people camp even more. I don't get it. It was a campy map to begin with, just like Crash. And it's on a more camp-filled game. And they added doors. And they added safe places. The map was never good originally, because it was dark, and just I don't like dark maps. I feel like it helps noobs, and it helps the head glitchers. I never liked dark maps, and I never will like dark maps. It helps new players. I don't like them. Okay? That's it. That's Vacant for you. I just don't like the map. Personal preference there. I don't think the map's that good. On to the, I don't even know what map. Y'all see it. It's in big capital letters across the top of your screen. My Inner Blame Truth is about to come out.
Piccadilly.
It's terrible. I could spend a whole video talking about Piccadilly alone, but it would just be pointless too. It would actually give me a migraine. I'm just going to go over it as fast as I possibly can, because thinking about it, oh, it hurts my head, dude. It just hurts my head to think about Piccadilly. It's only good on survival, and that's it, dude. Changed my mind. You got the loud-ass, stupid metal detectors that every time you go by them, just go, ew, ew. That just give away your position. Again, basically telling to the enemies, "Hey, I'm over here." And we got the stupid buses where every 70 seconds, actually probably like every 10 seconds, you'll just hear over the intercoms, "Enemy by the bus!" And there's like 50 buses, so you don't know which one. You walk around, you look at the buses, and then bam, you're dead. 10 seconds later, you're, "Enemy by the bus!" And, yeah, you die again, and then you hear, "Enemy by the bus!" And you die again, "Enemy by the bus!" And you die again, "Enemy by the bus!" And you die again. It's just the stupid map. It's dark, it's bright, there's shining lights for random things. There's safe places. No one moves because the middle of the map is a death sentence. It's just bad. Everything about Piccadilly's bad. I don't think I need to explain more about why Piccadilly just, it's trash. It's garbage. That's it. It's a garbage map. That's it. Piccadilly, in a nutshell. It's just garbage. Watch a full video on it if you want. The map's garbage. Next. Alright, we got Crash now. Crash. Very bad. Not a very good map in COD 4 on MWR. Got remade. Added doors. Added safe places. Made the map worse. Everybody camps on the 3rd story. It's trash, and it's a trash map on a it's a mediocre map on a trash game, and it's a mediocre map made even worse on a worse game with worse gun balance, and everybody camps. It's stupid. Crash is terrible. We're done with Crash. I don't have much else to say. It's just a camper. It's Camper Nation. It's Camper Nation. I'm repeating myself at this point with every map. It's Camper Nation. Next. St. Petrograd. Everybody's camping in the 2 houses. The 2 houses are so big. One of the staircases on St. Petrograd is a claymore haven, because you can't do anything to break it. You just got to run into it with EOD. And that's actually in both houses. It's just Claymore Haven over there. And I honestly don't even think this video... I think this video is going to be about 20 minutes at this point of me recording. Both people are camping on St. Petrograd. You got the stupid, like, subways, which is actually kind of decent because it does help you not getting shot from the safe spaces. Safe places. But no one runs down them. And there's, like, a little rooftop where you can sit with a sniper and you'll get sniped if you run down there. And then there's another side of the map where people camp by the cars. And they'll just shoot you down the lane because it's a really long line of sight and I don't like it. Everybody's camping in the two houses, and it's kind of just a crossfire between the two houses. And God forbid you run out into the middle. You're getting shot by two people. I guarantee you, every single time you run through that middle of the map, you are going to die. COD didn't invent this. St. Petrograd didn't invent this. It's been in every shooter, but it's never been this atrocious. There's no cover. You run out into the middle of the map, you're going to die. You run out into the middle of the map of Nuketown, you're okay. You are going to die. Mark my word, you will die every single time you walk out to there. I guarantee you. Terrible, just terrible map. The lighting is actually somehow decent on this map. But other than that, it's just a bad map. There's a lot of areas that aren't used on it as well, because they're just not useful and they're not practical. It feels like just a waste of a map. It's not very good. There's unused spots, the lighting's okay, and there's two camping buildings. It's just not that good. Next map. Okay, I originally said I liked Grass in the Raid in the beta, because I thought it was a really nice map with the two little sides where you can snipe into the B flag from, and I still think that's a cool idea. But there's a lot of unused space, just like St. Petrograd. It's better on Hardpoint because there's a lot of used spaces, and Hardpoint's Hardpoint. It's trying to kill campers regardless, right? I'm not here to talk about Hardpoint. But Grass the Raid has a lot of unused space on the map. On Team Deathmatch, I rarely find anyone going in the grassy area. That's only really used in Hardpoint, that grassy area. And there's just two people sniping, which, yeah, it's not that bad of a counterpoint. I think Grass the Raid's one of the better maps. It's still trash. It's just one of the better maps in the game. But there's a little bit of counter sniping, and there's just a lot of unused areas of the map, which just, it makes it feel way too big. And there's probably someone in those unused areas that you just can't seem to find for the life of you. And it kind of ruins the flow of the map. It makes it feel way too big, and it makes it feel really slow, even if it's not a slow match. It makes it feel really, really slow because there's a lot of areas that aren't used. The brighting's good, the spawns are okay, but it just feels really, really slow. Next map. Woo-hoo-hoo! I just got a sip of my water. Y'all know I've been waiting for this one, boys. It's Shipment. Terrible map. Shipment's garbage. Shipment is just bad. It's bad map. Bad map. And if you don't know why, and if you like Shipment, you're an idiot. If you like the Modern Warfare Shipment, you are just, I'm sorry, you're an idiot. You are stupid if you like the Shipment on this game. People spawn behind you, you get stuck spawning in the middle, and it will die 5 times in a row. People will spawn randomly just behind you. People will spawn randomly in front of you and get you random free kills. People are abusing the broken spawns. And to top that all off, they added they added verticality safe space to it. Why? Was it needed? Was it needed? No, it wasn't. And they also opened the back 2 crates. You wonder why those were closed? To prevent spawn trapping. You know the side crates, why they were open and on an angle? Prevent spawn trapping. Everything in the original Shipment was to pretty much prevent spawn trapping. And it was controlled chaos. This version of Shipment is just complete and utter chaos. It is terrible. People are spawning in stupid areas. People have glitched out of the map on Shipment. And there's a safe place. And there's constant RPG and gas grenade spam. into the spawns. It's bad. It's bad map design on a bad game with overpowered shotguns. It's a recipe for disaster. It's so bad. It's so bad. And this video is going to take me forever to render, because this video has been so long. Okay? And now that we're done with all the bad maps, I want to wrap this video up with talking about all the good maps. I'm going to sum them all up in one quick session. Here we go. Alright, the good maps. We got Gunrunner, Hacking Yard, and Shoot House. Gunrunner, it depends on if a lot of the times I actually have really fun experiences on Gunrunner, and I like it. Okay? But for the most part, I really don't have fun on Gunrunner, and well, actually, no, for the most part, I actually do have fun. But I do have times where I don't have fun. I do have times where there is people who are camping, but that's with every map. Even Nuketown. Nuketown, everyone's, like, most favorite map, for some reason, has campers in it, okay? So, with that out of the way, there's Gunrunner. It's a really good map. Hacking Yard. Pretty much the same as Gunrunner. People are moving around on Gunrunner, on Hacking Yard, and I really like it. There is going to be campers, there's going to be people staying in safe places. It's a slower game, I expect it. Right? But on the level of all these other maps, it's uncomparable. This map is just miles, these three maps are miles just ahead of all these maps when it comes to people running around and just general enjoyment of these maps. They are just miles ahead of the competition. They're so much better. I don't really need to say much else. Shoot House? Again, it's a small map. And Shoot House, the best map. I don't care. It's the best map in Modern Warfare. It's 3 lanes. One of the lanes isn't too good, but it's 3 lanes. There's a good middle section, which is a death hole, which is every game, pretty much. Mid is almost always a death hole. But it's 3 lanes. It flows well, for the most part. There's 2 counter-sniping positions. There's 1 kind of power position safe place. But it's not that atrocious. It's actually really easy to kill people camping in there, surprisingly enough. And it's close range, so SMGs and because it's ran by SMGs, it's a lot of people running around, and it's very fun. It's a very fun map, and it feels very controlled. So that's all of the maps in Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare's terrible map design. If you guys did enjoy this long video, as I really didn't want to make this huge video, but I did, and I had fun making it. So if you guys had fun watching this video, make sure to smash that like button, sub to the channel. We're trying to get to 1K by 2020. Don't worry, a lot of my videos are not this long, and if you did manage to stay all the way this long, I just want to see how many people stay this long. I want you guys to comment hot dog. I don't care if it's at the end of a comment that you want to leave or at the start of a comment. Just comment hot dog down below if you did make it this far into the video. I know it's cringy, but if you managed to, I'd just love to see how many people actually sit through about 24 minutes of me talking. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, sub for more Modern Warfare content. I'll see you.